It's the breakfast on Plus TV Africa. Time for us to look at a second conversation. We stay with the issue of security or insecurity, however you want to look at it this morning. Now, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has lamented that the security challenges in the country are becoming more overwhelming as Nigerians are no longer safe on the roads, in trains or at the airport. The former president said this at his presidential library in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, where he received the PDP presidential aspirant Dr. Guchuku Williams over the weekend. His comments come days after there's been several terrorist attacks in various parts of the country, and most notably it's Kaduna State, where there was an attack on a train that led to the loss of lives. The former president noted that the level of insecurity in the country calls for concern, concentrated efforts among citizens to reverse the trend. Joining us this morning around to look at the spate of insecurity in Nigeria as a security analyst and expert, Yahuza Getso. But just before then, let's quickly take a look at this clip. We'll be right back.
We are in the country today. It's not a situation where one man will say, yes, I have the solution. Unless we are deceiving ourselves. And I believe that we need to sit down collectively, look at the situation. A situation where the train, you are not safe on the road. You are not safe in the train. You are not safe at the airport. Then what remains? And that is a very, very serious situation. So I wish you well. That's all I will say. I believe that all right-thinking Nigerians must know that we have a situation that has overwhelmed the present administration. But we should not allow that situation to overwhelm Nigeria.
Yes, if you look at the Nigerian today and Nigeria in the past, 1960, 1980, 1970, Nigeria was in a good state. It was led by the youth. And some of those youth are the people that we're calling the older generation today.
Well, it's good to have you join us this morning. Yahuza Getso. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Good morning, viewers.
Okay, so apart from the fact that the president has expressed concern about the security situation of the country, Nigerians are also worried. I mean, you go on the streets, you look around social media, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of tension, anxiety as regards, the safety of lives and properties. But we'd like to share your thoughts on, this generally. What do you make of the state of, insecurity in Nigeria as we speak?
Well, in general terms, you can say that Nigeria is no longer a safe land. Nigeria is Nigerian geography, Nigerian territory, Nigerian sovereignty have been compromised because non-state actors have taken over almost the highest proportion of the land mass, the highest part, the highest size of the land mass, whereby even yesterday night, the son of the former DIG, Mama Safi, that is the advisor to the Zamfara State Governor on security matters, have been killed by the bandits who attacked Safi local government, that is the Safi community of Safi local government headquarters in Zamfara State. Yesterday night, just around between 7 and 9. Nobody can tell you where you can move safely. Everywhere you move in this country is no longer safe. Like former President Obasanjo rightly mentioned, that Kaduna Airport was attacked, which is sending a signal and a message to Nigerians that Nigerian airport is no longer safe. a strategic airport like that of Kaduna, if that airport can be attacked, if an attempt to attack the airport by bandits, by non-state actors, and as well, it has been demonstrated by the attack being launched on the train in October last year, 2021, and the recent attack that happened recently, which we have been cautioning and providing free service in terms of providing information, intelligence information to authorities concerned, that measures need to be taken, because almost more than 60% to 70% of the routes, part of the routes where this train is passing through is a route where bandits are using it and where bandits can use as either a route, a pass-by, connecting North Central to Northwest, connecting Kaduna, Zamfara, Kebbi, Katsina, and the other part of Niger State, and also part of Kogi State. And also it has a connecting route that you can utilize, you can use if you want to connect to some of the bilateral relations and even multilateral by extension. Because around those areas where bandits are moving around, there are routes which is known to me that can link you up to Benin Republic. There is a route that can take you from Kaduna State, from part of vicinities of the geographical territory of Kaduna State. It can take you up to the Niger Republic and to some extent, some part of where notorious bandits and rebels of Niger Republic are. And at the same time, there is also a route between Niger State, Kebbi State, and Katsina State that can link you up down to the areas of Burkina Faso and the areas of Benin and Togo, as well as Ghana to some extent, where cattle rearers have been using for quite hundreds of years. And this is known to some of us that know the forest very well.
Okay, but Yahuza Getso, I mean, let's bring it down a little. Let's just stay very practical, because we're all worried and we're looking for a solution, to all of this problem. Some persons have said that, just like, the former president has described, that Nigeria is overwhelmed. Now, is it the fact that we're overwhelmed that means that, the security architecture and structure that we have is not sufficient, or does not have the capacity to tackle this bandits or these non-state actors that you have described? Or could it also mean that maybe, on the other hand, it's just the unwillingness, to tackle the situation? What exactly is the problem? Because if we have to find a solution to the problem, then we need to understand what the problem is.
Well, if for us to look at the solution to the problem, we need to conduct a root cause analysis. And by conducting a root cause analysis, because of the time, I'll only take you around 5 to 6 words that can be utilized by any researcher to expand the scope in order to make public understand. But I'm sure by stating these 2 words, which are negligence and sabotage, that gave birth to corruption, bad leadership, issues in governance, lack of synergy among the security agencies, as well as the competitive strategy or operation, competitiveness in operation between the DSS, the police, the Air Force, the Army. Even within the police cycle, there is a competition between an ordinary policeman and that of a mobile police. And also within the Army, there is also high competition between the Nigerian Army and Nigerian Air Force. So they are not looking at getting results, but rather they are competing among themselves. Likewise, the DSS, the Civil Defense, and other security paramilitary agencies like Immigration, Custom, and other law enforcement agencies, which are both supposed to work together as a team in order to kind of conduct an organized operation, coordinated operations that could have provided a preventive measures, not even to allow the disgrace and the shameful act or exhibition or a kind of description or explanation of the fact that Nigeria have no leadership to some extent, you can see.
All right, Mr. Getso.
Therefore, if you examine, either you or any researcher can examine these 7 words as mentioned. I am very optimistic that many books of several volumes can be written if this can be digested and explained. And if root cause analysis need to be conducted, the root cause analysis should base its a kind of a synopsis as well as hypothesis based on this number of words I made mention, especially looking at the first and third words. That is negligence and corruption. As far as we're not ready to fight corruption in Nigeria, we'll never get it there.
All right, Mr. Getso, Mercy talked about, body language, talked about, if we are actually willing to tackle this issue of insecurity. Just yesterday, or about 24 hours ago, the Kaduna State Governor was in the news, and he said that we'll bring in foreign mercenaries if federal government fails to end terrorism. And today, almost all the papers were just awash with, stories on insecurity, just everywhere. But what actually caught my attention was the CSOs on the leadership newspaper this morning. They said hiring mercenaries is not an option. Our troops are capable. That's according to the chief security officers of the country. What are your thoughts really concerning this issue of hiring mercenaries to tackle this issue of insecurity in Nigeria head on?
I condemn in totality. I want to make Nasser Ahmed El-Rufai, governor of Kaduna State, to understand that security is not politics. There is a demarcation. Everybody can be expert in anything, but not everybody can be expert on security and intelligence. So using the foreign machineries, I condemned in totality, and I'm in support of the security heads that bringing, if at all Nigeria made a mistake of bringing the foreign machineries, either Kaduna State or Nigeria in totality will regret taking that action.
No,
I want to tell you that one thing, it will be regretful.
All right, Mr. Getso, for the governor of Kaduna State to be nursing such thoughts, maybe he had a bit of skepticism or some doubt concerning the federal government, ability or willingness to end this issue of security. An analyst spoke to us not so long ago. He said that if the federal government or the security chiefs are against mercenaries, that means maybe they just might be complicit in all of this. What do you think? That
is recklessness. Anybody in the government who have the thought of bringing foreign machineries, we have capable hands among our military, among our DSS, the police, and all the other security agencies, the Air Force, the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy, and all other security forces that you know. But the problem is the leadership. And the leadership have been kind of characterized by corrupt practices, by negligence, by sabotage. So we need to fish out, we need to conduct a real, if at all there is a real willingness, there is a real commitment, there is seriousness. When you have a serious government, when you have a government that have a willingness in terms of dealing with any other issue, not only security. You cannot tell me a single item of anything of a social or non-social behavior or social or non-social provision that Buhari administration is taking care of. So yet, President Muhammadu Buhari is still the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we believe that he is still in charge and he is still the CNC. So we are asking him to wake up from his slumber. He still have up to 365 days or even more than that. That is almost a year. And I believe that we have the machineries.
So what exactly?
The capable hand that can deal with the situation.
So what exactly? Yahuza Getso, what exactly are we dealing with right now? Is it that we don't know? Because it's such a big problem for everyone. I mean, the fact that we have this threat on a transport infrastructure calls for a lot of concern. And so the question is, do we even know what we're dealing with? Who are we dealing with? We call them terrorists. Where are these terrorists? Are we saying that the governors, the government, the state governors, or those who are responsible do not know the location where these terrorists are located? And if they know them, if we say that we know them, what is stopping us, from going ahead, with the apprehension, prosecution, arrest? And why has that stopped? Why has that not happened? That's one question that, a lot of people are asking. What exactly really are we dealing with? Because it is really, really worrisome, at this point in time. for a country. I mean, looking at the fact that we're getting close to an election year and all of the anxiety that's coming, through with all of this. So do we know where these bandits are located or the terrorists are located? And if we know, why haven't we fished them out? Do these governors know them? We have said that we know those who are sponsoring this terrorist. How come there's no prosecution? What's really going on? The Arewa youths have actually blamed the president recently for the Kaduna, attack, the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. They say blame it on the president.
Thank you for this question. Yes, we know what we are dealing with. We know they are terrorists. We call them terrorists, time without number. We know they are bandits. And I want to tell you that they are part of us. 99.9% are Nigerians. It is more or less the importers of the arms who normally import arms and sell to them. More than 98% or 99.9%, you can say they are foreigners. And at the same time, we have armed traders, we have armed transporters, and we have armed movers. And the armed movers, armed traders are Nigerians. And we know the location of these bandits. Nasser Ahmed El-Rufai, as well as the Minister Lai Mohammed and the Attorney General of the Federation, as well as the National Security Advisor, in a many statement credited to them, they have made mention very clear, and even the recent statement made by Nasser Ahmed El-Rufai, that they know where these bandits are. And like I am saying, there is no councillor in northern Nigeria, no chairman in northern Nigeria, no state assembly member in northern Nigeria, or a House of Representative member, or a Senate member, or any of the executive appointed by the President Muhammad Buhari as ministers or head of parastatals from northern Nigeria, from wherever they came from, that can look at me and tell me that they don't know where these bandits are. Their locations are known. In fact, to some extent, they are known as individuals. Their commanders are known. Their parents are known, and we have been living with them in the last 600 years. They are not foreigners. They are within us. They are part of us.
All right.
But like I said, it is the negligence and sabotage.
All right, thank you so much, Mr.
Government
Yahuza.
is not really committed and not serious, because government could have pushed out those responsible among those who were found wanting among the security personnel, and to deal with them decisively long before now, even in the first year of Muhammad Buhari administration and the second.
All right, well said, Mr. Yahuza Getso. I'm afraid that's as much as we can take on this discussion. I mean, when you talk about insecurity, Mercy, you could just talk on and on, but time is not always our friend. Thank you so much, Mr. Getso, for sharing your thoughts on this issue of security across the country. We do appreciate your time. I'm sure you would. We'll have opportunity to bring you on again. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for having me. It's been a great pleasure.
All right. All right, that's the size of the show for this Monday, the first for the week. And we'll come back again tomorrow top of the hour, 7 a.m. My name is Justin Akadonye.
Well, let's not forget that security is everyone's business, and let's also be involved in securing lives and properties. That's it. If you missed out on any part of the conversation, it's all right to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel, PlusTvAfrica and PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. Many thanks for watching. I am Messi. Have a great day.